Crosby, Texas, by way of Baytown, Texas. She's here tonight to share a very special, motivational, inspirational story that I believe the world needs to hear tonight. Help me welcome the one and only Deborah Little. Deborah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Brandon?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much, Deborah, for coming on the show. We're just honored to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
That's great. Deborah, you have an amazing story. You've been through some things over the last couple of years, and today you have overcome and you're doing great and you're moving forward in life. Take us back and tell us about this journey that you experienced.
I began to experience this journey about 3 years ago when I started feeling fatigue and not feeling my best. I really didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe I was going through menopause or as women's bodies change through the years. So I wasn't quite, really knowing what was going on. So I just kind of went on about my way. I went for doctor's appointments, but it really didn't show anything. So um, I ended up having a torn ligament in my left leg. And so I went in to the doctor to get it checked, and they decided that I needed surgery. So from there, they do a wide series of blood work, you know, everything. They do a whole screen of tests on you to make sure you're okay to have surgery. So I was called back into the office, and they said that something was abnormal about some of my blood work and that I needed to go and get it retested with my regular PCP. So I did that, and it came back abnormal. And so they admitted me into the hospital. They didn't actually tell me what was really going on then, but I knew it was something serious for them to admit me, and right then.
So when you got that news that you had issues with your kidneys, how did you receive? What were the emotions that you experienced when the doctors told you that?
Well, when they told me that I had problems with my kidneys, and they began to run a series of tests. They didn't actually come out and break it down to me and tell me at that very moment what I was really facing. They didn't want to alarm me. So they ran tests, and then they came back and told me that I had end stage renal disease, which is where your kidneys are functioning in a stage 5, which is chronic kidney disease, and it was at my kidneys were at 10%. So, which is really bad.
So when they told you that you had stage 5 disease, what was the next step as far as treatment is concerned?
They gave me different medications to try and see if my kidneys could recover any. Stage 10 is pretty bad, but kidney disease is reversible if you can catch it in time. Even though mine were at 10%, they have had patients that their kidneys did develop back to maybe a stage 3. I've seen some even go back up to a stage 2.
Now,
But they tried to um help me, get my kidneys back working, but they weren't
now,
successful.
were you immediately placed on the transplant list, or did they come to the conclusion after a series of treatments that they had to go the transplant route?
Well, you have to qualify to be on the transplant list, and it goes by your blood type. So if you're a blood type O, your chance of getting a kidney is a lot quicker
Okay.
because there's so many people that's blood type O. I'm blood type A plus. So for my blood type, the wait is usually at least 5 years.
Mm-hmm. So let's fast forward, Deborah. You were on the list, and all of a sudden you get a phone call, and this phone call was a game changer for you. You were at work, minding your business, and all of a
Right.
sudden, boom, this call comes in, and you've got so much time to get there. You were out of there to go get that
I,
kidney. So tell us about that experience for you.
I almost didn't get the kidney, Brandon,
Mm,
because they had been trying to contact me for over an hour.
mm,
And my husband called me finally and said, "You need to make this call. You don't want to miss this call." And
mm,
so I went and made the call, and they offer to see if you want the kidney. They tell you a little bit about your donor,
mm,
and they only give you a 2-hour window
mm,
to get to the hospital. So I thought it was like I was kind of like dreaming. Like, is this real?
mm.
Because it said it was 5 years, but I really received my kidney in a little under three
Mm.
years.
So you rushed down there,
That-
you were going into surgery, and what was that thought as you were getting ready to go under for surgery?
I was nervous, but I was calm.
Mm,
I was at peace. They explained everything to me, that it could be, that it was a really dangerous surgery,
mm.
being surgery anywhere from 5 to 6 hours, and I just we prayed, and I just was at peace with it.
So you had the surgery, you woke up. How do you feel today?
I feel great. It's one day at a time. You're on a lot of meds, and the meds do decrease. And some of the meds I'm on, like the prednisone,
Mhm,
it makes you gain weight.
mm.
So you really have to watch what you eat. You have to be on a plant-based diet. You have to eat the right foods. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. That's the most important thing, is the water. You have to drink plenty of water to nourish that kidney.
Now, and is there a medication that you will take for the rest of your life, or will they decrease
I,
you off of meds?
there's two medications that I will be taking for the rest of my life,
Okay.
because my body, because the kidney is a foreign object in my body, it's going to try and reject the kidney. So I have to be on meds for the rest of the duration of this kidney.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is, exercising, plant-based diet, taking your medications, drinking a lot of water. But what about the individual who was gracious enough to donate their kidney to you? Do you have any information, not on who the person is, but just the story of what happened?
I know that my deceased donor was in an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was able to write the donor's family.
Mm.
And so I wrote a long letter to them, thanking them, and they can respond if they want to, or they don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I will continue to write them to let them know how I'm doing, and how well I'm striving and all that.
What an amazing, amazing testimony, Deborah. What can you say to the young man, young lady, older man, older lady who's on the list right now? They've been waiting patiently. Maybe they're not feeling good. It seems like their hope is fading away, and they're just ready to give up or throw in the towel. Right now, as they're watching us, what can you say to that person?
I will tell them, don't give up. It may seem like it's a long journey, but it's coming. Just keep praying every day, thanking God for the good stuff and the bad stuff, because you're going to go through some bad things, but the good outweigh the bad.
Mm,
You have to keep holding on and keep pressing on, and just, it'll come. It's
mm.
like, I didn't even imagine, it didn't even seem like I had been on perennial dialysis for 3 years, and then I got the call. It's like it went by so fast.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful. Everybody, this is Deborah Little, who's had a successful kidney transplant. Deborah, we wish you the best, and everyone who's watching, whatever your situation is, we want you to know that we're keeping you in our thoughts, that everything works out for you. Deborah, we thank you for coming on, and hopefully you can come back in the future and give us an update on how you are doing.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
You're welcome. All right, everyone, if you would stay tuned, we're going to go to commercial. Got to pay those bills just like every week. But guess what? We'll be right back.